the revival of the Herald to even the return of Midas? Here are 8 Fortnite Season 2 live event theories and myths, starting with the summoning of the monoliths. I think we all jumped into this season and were unsure on what these pillars were or what they were doing here. Well, now we finally know. We originally started off with one set of monoliths, but as the season has progressed, more and more of these sites have sprouted up, resulting in 3 total locations, with an NPC protecting them. This is Cenerade, a product of both the Chrome and Last Reality, and is linked with the monoliths. But there's a new character on the way, codenamed Amanos Hearts, who is also linked with these monoliths. So does this mean these monoliths are the heart of something, or does it mean that it's affecting the heart of the island? Because when these monoliths are lined up, what lies in the middle? The 0 point, the heart of the island. It seems like these monoliths are causing the island to break apart as they attack the 0 point, which can't keep all the realities together. Hence all the fault lines and cracks appearing around the island. Take a closer look and you can see that the 0 point energy is inside. Or could these monoliths be summoning something? Could this actually be the build up for this season's live event? But that's not even close to the craziest theory as to what people think is going to be happening in this live event. Many believe we will see the return of the reality tree, and I'm not even joking. For weeks we've been experiencing earthquakes around the island, causing cracks, which have seemingly got worse and worse after each update that we've had. But after the recent update, roots have appeared coming through these cracks with weird noises surrounding them, and they look awfully familiar to the reality tree roots. Since day 1 of Chapter 4, everyone noticed that the Herald can be seen trapped inside the remains of the reality tree carcass. But many think she's escaped out the back and never actually died during the Fracture live event. She was originally sent to the island to infect it and to spread Chrome to take down the 7, so that no one was left to protect the island. I mean, we even have an upcoming skin of the Herald which is set to release soon. After all, she is the queen of plants. It looks like right now that the old remains of the reality tree have been spreading roots across the Fortnite island, causing cracks and finding energy to absorb from the island. Is it trying to find the 0 point again, just how like it was absorbing energy back in Chapter 3? Could the reality tree and the Herald actually be making a return? Either way, something is growing inside the Fortnite island for sure. It could even be the jungle biome for next season. I mean, there's enough evidence to suggest this is happening. Just like this next live event theory, the return of Midas. People have wanted him back for years now after Donald Mustard stated that Midas never died. So where is he? Well, today we've got some more evidence on his return. Over the last few seasons, a secret storyline has been building, hyping up Midas's return, from items found on the island to even special interactions with his family members like Meowscles and Jules hinted he's coming back. Not only have we seen a ton of reskins of him recently, like Anime Midas, but we've also had to stick to a special plan. A lot of people believe Midas has a huge part to play in the storyline still, with his return happening during this live event. I mean, if the Herald really is coming back, Midas could be fighting the Chrome with his gold touch. I mean, don't get me wrong, this theory does seem a little bit far-fetched, but this next one has got a ton of evidence to back it up, and that is the return of the Last Reality and the Cube Queen. Not gonna lie, the Fracture live event was a bit of a letdown, but not too long after, footage got leaked of what Epic originally had planned. The end of the Last Reality. What was supposed to happen was once the 0 point was exposed, the Last Reality was supposed to turn up in the mothership, take the 0 point, and the 0 point was supposed to destroy the Last Reality. But it looks like this idea got scrapped, as they want the Last Reality storyline to continue in Chapter 4. The character Nox, people believe, is going to play a huge part in the Season 2 going into Season 3 live event. I mean, his name suggests he's part of a group of 3, that being the Cube Queen, the Herald, and himself. From what we've seen already, it looks like the Herald escaped, and from what we know, the Cube Queen is still alive as she rifted away just before the island flipped over and foiled her plan to take over Reality Zero. We currently have the River Clan, Peace Syndicate, and Fox Clan. All these factions are fighting on the island right now, and it's been our job this season to bring them together instead of fighting. The Last Reality want us to fight. It's so that we're distracted so they can swoop in and take over the island. If you remember, last season, Stellan, who created the Rift Gate, said that if something went wrong, then nothing would destroy everything. And would you look at that? The Rift Gate got destroyed. So at this point, it looks like the Last Reality are set to return at some point during Chapter 4. Could it be for this Season 2 live event? I mean, just from the noises coming from these cracks, it sounds like the 0 point is very vulnerable again. And that takes us on to our next live event theory, the destabilization of the 0 point and the return of the 7. Right now, the 0 point is protected in a vault in the center of the island after it was left exposed when Zero Reality got destroyed. Paradigm, the last remaining member of the 7 who escaped the chrome, used Zero Fusion to protect it. The last time the 0 point was exposed, the 7 were completely oblivious to it being under attack, and by the time they found out, it was too late. The Herald had full control of the reality tree to infect the 0 point. But right now, around the cracks that have appeared, it seems like the 0 point is in trouble. You can hear audio suggesting the 0 point is under threat. I mean, the last time the 0 point was in trouble like this, it got so bad that Agent Jones, who we haven't seen for ages, called upon the 7 to help save it, and that's what the Foundation did. But this time, the 7 have all been captured by the Nothing. Last season, we finally got contact with the 7 as Amy, the scientist robot, used the rift gate to search for them, but obviously now that's been destroyed. So how will the 7 come back and save the 0 point? Donald Mustard recently confirmed that the 7 storyline isn't over, so this means they're definitely coming back at some point. How and when, we're not too sure, but many people believe we'll see them during this live event somehow to save the island. I mean, I'm not too sure about that, but our biggest worry right now though is the earthquakes caused by the 0 point setting off the volcano. Just outside Mega City is a dormant volcano, meaning it's not active, but with all this rumbling of the island and as it cracks apart, this could set off the volcano into erupting. Not only do we have effects in-game to do with the volcano and volcanic rocks to be scattered around the island, that's all stuff for next season that the leakers have found, but they've also found a countdown timer too for the end of this season. We've already had a volcanic eruption event in Fortnite back in Chapter 1, which a lot of people playing now didn't get to experience this event, so volcanic eruption 2.0? I mean, it seems very possible, and it's probably the most likely thing to happen out of all these theories so far. And the volcano theory has got so many people hyped that they've even created their own cinematic trailers, but with a twist, with the return of the monster. Yes, the Devourer was seen all the way back in Chapter 1 after Paradigm killed it, but we then randomly saw it appear on the Chapter 3 island as a skull. The Mecha Team robot arm that got ripped off during this event could then be found out at sea, which foreshadowed the live event that was soon to come. And so we all thought that the Devourer skull was also a hint for what was to come. I mean, we waited all chapter for it to do nothing, and that was until the chrome arrived. The chrome spread throughout the island, controlled by the Nothing and Last Reality. Surely this time the chrome would bring it back to life as it had healing properties, but no. Nothing. Chapter 4 is now here, and we've had no sign of this monster returning, but this theory suggests that the monster is hidden under the island. During Zero Fusion, Paradigm bought chunks of island from all different realities, some from the future and some from the past, meaning a snapshot of the monster could have been bought into this reality. Many believe that these cracks forming around the island right now are from the monster awakening, because not long ago, files to do with distant monster groans and even a monster cave were found. Could this finally be the return of the monster in Fortnite? And that's all. If you enjoyed, drop a like and let me know down below what you think is going to be happening in this live event going into Season 3.